Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening, welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Omotayo Alo. On our major story tonight, Nigerian soldiers shot dead a suspected suicide bomber outside a military base in the northeast. Also in this program, Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari declared that President Muhammad Buhari cannot be blamed for the present woes the country has found itself. Four dead and many displaced as Eziosu Ariri village in Oguta local government area of Imo State gets taken by flood. And on the foreign scene, polls have opened in Egypt in the first round of long-delayed elections to choose a new parliament. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now the news in full. Nigerian soldiers shot dead a suspected suicide bomber outside the military base in the northeast on Sunday, detonating explosives concealed in a handbag. The target was thought to be the Malari Army Barracks, the main military base in Maiduguri, which has been hit repeatedly in recent months by Boko Haram Islamists. There were no other casualties in the explosion, which one military officer in the city described as an attempted suicide attack by Boko Haram terrorists. Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari at the weekend declared that President Muhammad Buhari cannot be blamed for the present woes the country has found itself. According to him, what Nigeria is going through is partly a reflection of the global economy, which adversely affected the international prices of oil. Despite the drop in prices of oil, it said that President Buhari has done well in managing the Nigerian economy in the past 5 months. The governor, who spoke with journalists in Abuja, said that only Nigerians who were aggrieved because of ministerial nomination and other appointments could be unhappy with Buhari. Management of University Teaching Hospital UCH Calabar has commended the federal government over its prompt intervention in the hospital Ebola scare. In a statement made available to journalists in Calabar, the Chief Medical Director of UCTH, Thomas Argan, said the attention given to the hospital during the period is a demonstration of importance President Muhammad Buhari's administration pays to public health. He said the public enlightenment on the issue by relevant agencies of government assured the international community that Nigeria is Ebola-free. Following the request by the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project for information and the spending of recovered assets stolen by late General Sani Abacha, the World Bank has said that it needed additional time to provide with a more comprehensive response. In the letter dated 15 October 2015 and signed by Anne May of the Access to Information team, the bank said additional time is needed in order to provide comprehensive response. SERP Executive Director Adetokunbo Mumini welcomes the bank's decision to thoroughly consider the request. The Rivers State Charter of the People's Democratic Party says the letter written by Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of the state, urging the Senate President Bukola Saraki to disregard the Rivers State government white paper and the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry for the investigation of his administration on the sale of valued assets and other related matters which indicted him lacks merit and logic. The state chairman of the PDP, Felix Obua, made the assertion while reacting to the letter by Amechi to Senate President Saraki. According to Obua, in a statement signed by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Jerry Nedam, Amechi's letter to the Senate President is an attempt to ignore the White Paper report and undermine the crusade against corruption and expose President Buhari's fight against corruption as partisan and targeted at only members of the opposition and perceived enemies. The PDP said the monumental fraud discovered by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry and huge revenue loss when Amechi was governor of Rivers State cannot be ignored. The nomination of Ms. Aisha Abubakar for ministerial appointment from Sokoto State may fail or face some difficulties scaling through the screening on Tuesday in the Senate following a rejection by the state chapter of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The party in the state also vowed to officially write President Muhammad Buhari rejecting a nomination and be replaced by a more competent representation not minding the gender. Senator Abdullah Ibrahim, representing Sokoto East and the Senate, had last Thursday submitted a petition against Abubakar's nomination. Gober in the petition rejected Ms. Abubakar's nomination mainly on grounds of incompetence, along with all the reasons contained in the petition presented to Senate President Bukola Saraki. The decision to reject Abubakar was taken during a stakeholders meeting of the party presided over by Governor Aminu Tambuwal. The faction of the Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra has called on the federal government to immediately release the Radio Biafra director, Nnamdi Kanu, who was arrested by the Department of State Security, DSS, in Lagos State. In a statement issued in Abakaliki, the National Director of Information, MASAP, Comrade Uchenna Madu, threatened that any refusal by the federal government to ensure the release of Kanu would lead to a worldwide protest. MASAP calls the Nigeria government to quickly release Nnamdi Kanu or arraign him in the competent court of justice. We'll be back with more stories after the break.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Because some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man, you don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
Be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it's time to forgive me.
Please for Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, it's CoreTV Primetime News. Here is a quick reminder of our major stories. Nigerian soldiers shot dead a suspected suicide bomber outside the military base in the northeast. Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari declared that President Muhammad Buhari cannot be blamed for the present woes the country has found itself. 4 dead and many displaced as Eziosu Ariri village in Ugota local government area of Imo State gets drowned in flood. And for more of our news and information, visit our social media platform facebook.com/CoreTV News, our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. You could get more on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV, live space and news. As the governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, celebrates 1 year in office, this was heralded with the commissioning and inspection of various projects in the state. In this special story, CoreTV's Rashid takes a look at the performance of the Ayodele Fayose-led government and its assessment by the people of the state. The report.
When you measure satisfaction, when you measure performance, when you measure contribution, you measure them within available resources. Within available resources, we have done more than enough.
With a year under his belt as governor of Ekiti State once again, Ayodele Fayose was at his best in rating his work so far. While the yardstick may differ, the people also have their say on the matter, with Aduniola Ika Center as a case point.
Since my coming now, that women's center is at no cost to Ekiti State government. Can you explain that to us? It has no cost to Ekiti State government. It's born out of my effort to develop this state when we don't have money. Reaching out.
The building that is standing right in front of the government house. And I know clearly for sure that that building was meant to be in Exu. It's one of the projects that was meant to be in Exu, which is TED Fund project. It's now here in Ado.
While the governor says most of the allocation of Ekiti goes to payment of salaries, the bailouts for the state is a major sticking point.
That workers' salary is number one. The bulk of the money that comes to these states in the last 1 year has been used to pay workers' salaries. When they talk about bailout, because I've said the responsibility for the debt. But this bailout were not money owed by my administration.
It's being paid in 1 or 2 as if they are now invoking divide and rule in respect of the bailout. So there was a time the secondary school teachers, about last week, they were paid. The primary school teachers were not paid. Concerning the core civil service, the way the pay bailout is being paid is not encouraging. That's not the intention of the federal government.
The airport project is also seen as a major issue, especially the controversies surrounding it.
We have done the enumeration and we are working together, and they will be paid accordingly. There's no problem with that. I mean, this is an ongoing project that will benefit not only the local people, but obviously everybody in the state.
This is what the cost of my social. Come and say we should go to farm, we should work. The system of giving somebody 1 farm in a year and one rubber for your lives. And you come to that for the damage this property. It's a 4-1 system.
While the governor beats his chest, former Governor Shegun says it's all fallacies.
I have a 4-year term, and it's an ongoing process. Some that are not finished is ongoing, still within the administration. But like I said to you, we will leave no projects uncompleted. We will finish and make it accessible, serviceable for the use of our people within shortest possible time.
We are in a house of deceit. We have been taken into a one-chance vehicle. He may turn around as a result of this and what other people are saying. He may start work tomorrow. This first year is a non-starter.
With the 2018 election still 3 years away, the perception of the people will surely determine what happens at the polls. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
As also Ariri village in Ugota local government area of Imo State has been taken over by flood. The incident, which started gradually 3 days ago, has degenerated into a huge problem, causing both loss of life and property. CoreTV News Imo State correspondent Ajibadia Ofeso visited the ugly scene and filed in this report.
It was about an hour drive from the city of Owerri to the affected areas. Gaining access to the people was another struggle. The entire roads were flooded. Most of the people affected by the flood were farmers who have decided to live close to their farms. Cross-section of the victims reacts to the huge loss they have encountered.
We see the floor. She come carry all of our cassava, yam, our house. Many people still there for family. Those people will come out.
My people now, they live inside water. And the place now and living now, water don't go around. But the only help now where God give us now that say the water don't quench. You know they live again. Now boat and like you go there. We need help.
Businesses affected as operators of fuel stations within the axis shut down completely. The people traumatized and dejected have resorted to medium and mini canoes for transportation. They are indeed subjected to lots of hardship. Deputy Chief of Staff to Governor Rochas Okocha, who was there, confirmed this.
Because from what we are seeing, the whole of this environment is a threat to humanity. It's a threat to the people because you have a lot of reptiles, snake. You can see for yourself that some of the other food, seafood, have been thrown away by the water.
So far, 4 people have been confirmed dead.
I got information that in the last 4 days ago, I think in the last 4 days ago or 5 days ago, that some lives were lost. About 2 or 3, 4 lives were lost in the last 4 days ago, and we sympathize with the families of the deceased. The government of Imo State will come to see them in due course.
While dispersing the little relief materials and food items available to the victims, the rancor experience shows clearly that it was not enough. Proactive measure is, however, required of the government to provide adequate help for these internally displaced persons. Ajibabe Awofeso, CoreTV News, Bogota.
The police have arrested 72 suspected cattle rustlers in the notorious Falgore forest in Tudunwaba local government area of Kano State. The Commissioner of Police in the state, Mohammed Kusina, disclosed this while presenting the suspect and the animals to newsmen at Kauna Dakwaki in Dakwankin Kudu local government area of the state on Sunday. The suspects were presented in the presence of the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammad Sanusi II, and Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. Kasina said the police had also recovered 118 cattle in addition to large cache of arms, fake military and police uniforms, as well as charms used by the suspect. According to him, the police also killed 3 of the suspects, including one Umaru Dogo Ndai, a Senegalese national who led a gang of bandits that maimed, raped and ransacked the entire Gidon Kari village in Somali local government area of the state. Fish marketing is one of the few economic activities with potentials for great income generation in Taraba State. In spite of this fact, fish traders in the state are complaining of difficult access to their market due to poor road network. Odwa Godwin, who visited the area, examines some of the issues.
Taraba State is well endowed with abundant surface water, including ponds and rivers. Descriptive statistics show that it has about 500 hectares of water body and 142 natural ponds. It's therefore not surprising that fishing is an important local resource base of the rural communities in the state. And in this community, Mayenero in Adokola local government, which is popularly known as the land of fish, there are traders from within and outside the state who troop in on a weekly basis to buy different species of fish. The income would have been a good story if not for the poor state of the road, which the sea has a major challenge.
Basket where we've been there buy 5,000, now 11,000, 12,000. Before you go buy, I'm so can do expensive for road. Secondly, road no good. So before you go do expensive, carry and reach our place, then a problem. You no go gain anything. That is the business go just be like saying a random movement.
Since 3 weeks ago, we've been unable to pass through this road. Had to gain access to the road here. It's been very difficult. The drivers, you can see if you are coming to this road now, you see some vehicles are falling into a deep holes there. Some drivers just want to come inside here and convey the goods out there after buying. They say there is no road. no access here. And the sellers here are getting difficult to sell their goods, their fishes. You can see there's enough fish here, but there's no buyers as a result of bad road.
We are facing some challenges sometimes. If you buy fish of 10,000, you cannot sell it 10,000. Either you lost or you sell it the way you buy it because of money.
Here, all the time when we come out, our motor they get problem. The road is condemned because they just when you load, when you just go outside and then you repair your motor. The road is too bad. The government, please, may they help us repair this road, please.
Actually, the road is too bad. The entrance of this very place is very, very bad. We need to be repaired.
Isa Sarikiwuwa is the king of the river. He is seeking government assistance for the survival of the major livelihood of the villagers.
Year in, year out, this is the only business we do for survival. Therefore, we are asking the government to come and give us assistance.
It is also having an adverse effect on revenue generation in the area.
The problem here we have now, the revenue is not forthcoming because of one thing or the other, that is politics. Somebody that he's supposed to pay, let's say 5,000, they only give you 500.
But in spite of this, the fishermen are not relenting. Our camera lens captured some of the fishermen who live by the riverbank constructing their boats for their fishing. This is River Benue in Mayenero. This river links more than 4 local governments in Taraba State, and most of the fishing is being done in this river. Now, the traders pass through this river to the popular markets for their buying and their selling. Udwa Godwin, CoreTV News, Adokola.
Well, good roads, one of the dividends of democracy, and as people try to make a living, they're quite hopeful that the government would look at the situation to ensure that the roads are well constructed. Well, we want to take another break and we'll be back with stories from outside Nigeria and sport. Stay with us.
Is it crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. They don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute. I said to hell.
On Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, our 24-hour news station.
Welcome, and from outside Nigeria, polls have opened in Egypt in the first round of long-delayed elections to choose a new parliament. They are the first of such elections since the previous chamber was dissolved by a court ruling in 2012. The authorities say the poll is the final step in the transition to democracy. However, critics say most candidates are supporters of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and the new parliament is likely to strengthen its control. President Sisi is a former general who led the 2013 military overthrow of Islamist President Mohamed Morsi following a month of unrest. Thousands of residents of the northern Philippines were forced to flee. A typhoon couple began its multi-day battering of the region. The fierce storm is forecast to lumber over the country's main island of Luzon at an excruciatingly slow pace and dump huge amounts of rain on the rugged terrain, setting off floods and sidelines. couple came ashore in the early hours of Sunday morning at Subert Trench, ripping the roofs of buildings and uprooting trees in the coastal province of Aurora. And now to sports. In the world of sport, despite beating Burkina Faso 2-0 in a 2016 CHAN qualifier, Nigeria coach Sunday Olise has warned his team that they are yet to win anything. Goals by Bature Yaro and Sound Nigeria a 2-0 home win on Saturday, but they face a tough rematch in Ouagadougou next weekend. The Burkina Faso coach blamed individual errors for his team's loss. The overall winners of this match up over 2 legs will advance to the final tournament in Rwanda in January. Chairman of the NFF Technical and Development Committee, Chief Felix Anyasi Agu, has praised the Golden Eaglet for a brilliant start to the defense of their FIFA Under-17 World Cup with a 2-0 defeat of USA in Santiago on Saturday. Second half goals by Chukwudi Agor and Victor Osimhen gave the reigning world champions 3 points from their first game and immense confidence ahead of a potentially explosive clash with host nation Chile on Tuesday night. The Eaglets dominated throughout but finished an anxious first half goalless before they underscored their priority in the second period. It could be recalled that President Muhammad Buhari has ordered them to win the cup for a 5th time. Golden Eaglets head coach Emmanuel Amunike has described Saturday's 2-0 win over the United States of America as a morale booster for the players in the quest to successfully defend the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Chukwudi Agor and Victor Osimhen gave Nigeria a winning start courtesy of the second half goals against the Americans at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup Chile 2015. Amunike said the victory against the USA was important for the team. He congratulated the boys for making Nigeria proud. Also told the Golden Eaglets that in the meantime they should hit the road running a Sunday Vindel Mare, where they would play host Chile at the 24,000 capacity Estadio Salito on Tuesday. Novak Djokovic produced an impressive performance as he cruised to a 6-1, 6-3 victory over Andy Murray to reach the final of the Shanghai Masters. Murray was brushed aside in a one-sided contest as the 28-year-old Shep reached his 13th consecutive ATP Tour final. Murray had looked confident in his quarter-final victory over Thomas Bachert, but found Djokovic in irresistible form. Djokovic broke Murray 5 times in the match and committed just 7 unforced errors to 30 for his opponent. And before we go tonight, here is a quick reminder of our top stories. Nigerian soldiers shot dead a suspected suicide bomber outside the military base in the northeast. Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari declared that President Muhammad Buhari cannot be blamed for the present woes the country has found itself. And finally, 4 dead and many displaced as Eziosu Ariri village in Oguta local government area of Imo State has been taken over by flood. Thank you so very much for staying with us tonight. My name is Omotayo Alo. Have a good night rest.